Hey, good morning, everybody. Good Wednesday morning. It's hump day here at Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there tuned into this, the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Roger B. here with you, along with Say Hi To. Here is our main man from Meehan, Mr. Rob Atkinson.
Good morning, folks.
How you doing?
Doing good. We're halfway home.
We are, isn't we? Yeah, Wednesday, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you were on a trip somewhere in your mind. And I gotta go feed the dog.
Ice cream.
Say hi to
Chocolate
also.
chip.
Here he is.
Yeah.
Here's one of our favorite people from the north part of town. Say hi to Charles Frazier.
Good. The north part of town.
One of?
Well, I don't want to give you
Got a whole bunch of them.
There's a whole bunch of folks in North Side.
Top 30, top 40.
If I were to give your address, then people would start showing up at your house for peanut butter pie and all kind of stuff.
No, I'd probably just start throwing stuff in the mailbox. Or the little mailbox in baseball type of thing.
That last time I got that dish, it was undercooked. God damn it.
Charles Frazier.
Good morning.
Good morning. I tell you what. Well, we are. It's Wednesday, and of course,
Mike.
I'll just give a shout out. We've heard from a couple of people, and we thank you, by the way, because you're listeners and you want to hear us. But evidently, our signal is kind of not real strong. At least the reports we've heard is kind of east of town, toward the state line, and maybe Alabama's jamming us. I don't know, but the point is,
I'm a jamming.
The point is, we
You trying to make fun of Alabama?
We don't have to try. I mean, it just
Yeah,
kind of
you watch-
flows
you watch
naturally.
your mouth
you know?
now we have listeners across the state line. So.
We love them. We love them.
Kayla DeBoer's a man.
Yet to be proven. We'll see. All right.
Anyway, the
Moving
engineers
on.
have told us that
Sorry.
atmospheric conditions at this time are creating that. We don't know. They say we're at full power.
Our team of engineers.
I called Scotty. He says, I'm giving her all she's got. So
Can I go no more?
she cannot go no more.
Hey, put some duct tape on that hole in the
That'll
boat.
do it. Yeah.
I told him to go up and clean the bird mess off the aerial up there.
Maybe
but,
shoot it off.
That's a long climb.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, that's we appreciate the information and thanks for listening. We appreciate you being out there very much so. Anyway, this morning, hey, we're going to be talking tourism. As Laura Carmichael, who is with the Visit Meridian Lauderdale County Tourism Association.
Yeah, last time we had her here on the show, she was talking about a lot of different things that were coming. Like the QR code signs in downtown, kind of leading you to maybe she'll give us an update on that. And I know the city council had a big meeting yesterday about some stuff going on with the crossroads. I don't know if that's something she knows much about, but we'll probably dive into maybe some of that. So
Sure. All that and more on Mornings in Meridian, plus your calls. We give our number out there bravely, 601-485-9191. And might give away one pair of pancake tickets today. One pair. We got a little crazy.
yeah, we had some folks that won yesterday come by the station. Got to meet some of our listeners yesterday. Came by to pick up their tickets. So got to meet Mr. Lovett. He came by the studio yesterday and met him. So
He's a regular listener.
Yeah,
It's Lyle.
yeah, Lyle was in the building.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, it was cool to meet some of our loyal listeners yesterday. So appreciate you folks.
Absolutely. And, of course, we bravely give our number, 601-485-9191 is our talk line. We invite you to call in. We have a caller on the line there. Charles, won't you say hi to him?
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, this is P. Coltrane.
Yes, sir, Mr. Coltrane.
That Rob's bad about taking them trips and never even leave the farm.
That's it.
Trips? What trips?
It's that wildwood weed.
trip.
That's what it is. It's that
I heard
wildwood
y'all
weed.
talking about them folks from Alabama. I was married to a gal from Alabama one time. She wasn't real smart, but she worked hard. I got her a job at my neighbor's. He got a big pig farm. And somebody said to me, what about the smell? I said, well, them pigs will have to get used to it just like I did.
Oh!
Wow.
Goodness me. You know, there was a long time that he hadn't called the show months back, and it's good to have Chuck back. I'm Mr. Coltrane, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you. How about the smell? They'll have
They get used to it.
Okay.
Pigs don't mind.
Well, all right. Well, moving
We love
on.
Alabama. Come on now.
We do love
Yeah,
Alabama.
that's what I'm saying. Of course we do.
You better.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's our
That's enough.
here's our backwoods trailer living Alabama fan.
You better.
When are you gonna get rid of all those cars around your mobile home?
Never.
Those are money right there.
That's right.
That's my savings.
That's lawn decorations, right? That, the stove and the couch, and the rest of it. I mean, that's what it's all about.
I
Gotta
saw-
have the outdoor living room, you know what I mean? And then maybe a little kitchen too.
I
Just
saw
insulting
quite
one
the-
person at a time.
I should have got a picture of
Darn,
this,
that's me.
talking about these old cars, in
Yeah.
scrap yards.
Yeah.
I saw them clean up a scrap yard over. I say a scrap yard, not a scrap yard, but where they put the, I guess, old cars sit and wait and
Scrap
get
yard?
parts off
Yeah,
of them.
sure,
Scrap
sure.
yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the back of the rollback, there was a limousine. It was a big, long, white limousine.
I saw a tow truck like hauling an old limousine.
Yeah, that was the one.
Was that the
That-
one?
that's
I
the
saw
one.
it the other day. Yeah.
They'd been sitting up in those cars there, and I'm thinking, well, there you go.
Yeah, because when I saw the tow truck like pulling the limousine here in Meridian, I was like, that limousine looked like it was from like in a movie. It was covered like head
Oh,
to
yeah.
toe in dust. I mean,
Escape from New York.
yeah, I
when
mean,
they
you
got
could
the,
even. I was like,
chandeliers
what?
on
I was
it.
like, how old is that thing? I was like, it's been sitting in a field
Darn.
somewhere.
Well, that's why God created kudzu. Because
And thanks for the explanation, because I've been wondering that for years. Why
it's to
did
cover
God create kudzu?
it's cover up old cars in the South.
Ah, okay.
People leave them out.
Well,
Cover people. You sit around there long enough. Where'd he go? He was over there.
Yeah.
Covers a lot of
I don't
stuff.
see him anymore.
You don't sit still long if there's kudzu around.
Taking over.
I know every on the road that I travel to work, there's always this sign that gets you can tell what season it is because early in the summer the kudzu starts up the pole, and then next thing you know the sign's completely covered and all the
What
rest.
stop sign, officer?
But yeah, I didn't realize that. But perhaps that is why God created kudzu so that we could kind of clean up the South a little bit.
Hide it. You're not even cleaning it. You just you can't see it anymore. It's like sweeping under the rug, kind of.
Yeah.
That's our way. That's how we do
Well,
things.
all right,
down
let me
here.
give you this test example. All right, you're reaching in the refrigerator, get an ice cube. You drop it on
in the
floor,
freezer, but yeah,
in
okay.
the freezer. Do you pick up the ice cube or you just kick it underneath?
No, I call the dogs over. They're like, "Oh, ice! Yay!"
we got a treat. We got a
Exactly.
cold treat.
Come on,
today.
dogs. Yeah.
What about you, Rob? You just kick it under or pick it up?
I pick it up.
Depends if Nikki's in the room or not.
No, I mean, you can ask.
Yeah.
I'm a picker upper guy.
Picker upper?
So there are no.
Is there like a 5-second rule with ice?
No, it's because it just starts melting immediately. So yeah.
Okay.
You just
Yeah, no. If the
not
dogs aren't around, then I'm a kicker. Either that or I just leave it there. I'm like, it's gonna be.
Now, if you're
quiet.
cooking something in the kitchen, like something like, "Hey, come here, Pooch. Hey, there you go." All right. Oh,
there it goes. Drop something on the
yeah,
floor.
yeah. It's like you're chopping something on the cutting board and it falls like, and then they come it's like, "Hey,
All right, onions? Nah,
not going that way,
No,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
no, not
yeah.
gonna happen.
Well, about once a month we move my recliner, and we're able to sweep out the.
Just
the
have you
popcorn.
move it to the garage. It's like, you know what? I'm tired of you.
About once a month, move the recliner, sweep the popcorn and peanuts out that's falling through the chair.
that half-eaten ham sandwich went.
Oh, it's smelling something.
I think I fell asleep watching Hawaii Five-0 and dropped it. I think that's what happened. That's it.
Still good. Still good.
Yeah.
Pretty tasty.
It is good as jerky. It really is.
Okay.
Have mercy. We're having fun here. Want you to be part of it. Our number 601-485-9191, 601-485-9191. Put you right here with us. This show brought to you in part by good folks like Gary Barber and all the folks at Barber Plumbing.
That's right. Gayla Garman, she's down there too. They've been in business for over 80 years. I think at this point they invented indoor plumbing. Every type of plumbing part available. You name it, they've got it. If you're a do-it-yourself, just take a picture or bring that part in, and Gary will show you step-by-step how to fix it, replace it, and it's as good as done. Of course, they'll also come to your home if you need their expertise coming out. 601-482-7023, conveniently located downtown, 1123 26th Avenue. Go see them. Barber & Sons Plumbing, second to none. They are the plumbing experts here in town.
There you go, Barber and Son
Yes, I
Plumbing.
use them all the time.
Want to say big congrats to the Meridian Regional Airport. They were just given a $7.5 million grant from the federal government as part of a 2021 bipartisan infrastructure bill passed by Congress. And so, yeah, big grant money going to the Meridian Regional Airport to upgrade the terminal. So over 600 airports nationwide applied for funding, and only 104 received a portion of the $5 billion allocated towards terminal improvement for small airports. Well, the Meridian Airport Authority was one of those.
They filed it on time.
There you go. So their new terminal building is where those funds are going to be going to. So
a whole new building?
That's what it says here. It says the Meridian Airport Authority has decided to take these funds and put them towards a new terminal building. So may have to get Tom Williams on here real soon and let him talk about the new improvements coming. So
we'll make that happen.
Said the construction on the new terminal will hopefully begin fall of this year. So, so good news for folks who travel out of Meridian out there at the airport. $7.5 million grant. So good for the airport out there.
Yeah, congratulations there, and of course, I don't know that it says FAA. Is that some of the FAA, or you said it's from a bill that?
It was a bipartisan infrastructure bill passed by Congress. Is where those funds are coming from. So the 600 airports applied for the funding, and 104 got them. And well, the small airports, and one of them's right here, Meridian.
Hey. Another good job done by Mr. Tom Williams out there at. Key Field.
So, the construction on the new building will start fall of this year. So, there you go. New terminal building coming out there at the airport. So,
okay. Well, there you have it.
Good stuff.
Been utilizing the current terminal building as over the last 4 months. We've used it twice, I know of. Well, 3 times, counting my son's trip home for Christmas. Fly Meridian, fly home. That's what we were doing.
A nice terminal.
Yeah.
Well,
it's going to get better.
Anything they can do out there to keep our jet service, that'll just be fantastic.
No doubt about that.
And so good on you there, Tom and the gang down there at Meridian Airport.
And also, too, want to welcome another business, I guess you would say a second location. Cater's Market did the ribbon cutting for their new business right there on 22nd. Next door to the Children's Museum. So, of course, Chris Bullock and them were there for the ribbon cutting this week. So, congrats to them. Second location. So, things are happening.
Sheila Ward Parkway sprucing up.
Sheila Ward Calhoun Parkway. And that's that is a great location.
Next time she's in the restaurant, run that by her. Make sure.
I probably won't. She'll probably get a kick.
We're gonna get a picture of Sheila and Ward together. It's now
Sheila
Ward Parkway.
It just flows. I mean, come on, man. He's right there.
It's just like the before and after in Wheel of Fortune.
It's just like it.
I mean,
same thing. It's with no Vanna White.
No, we have Sheila.
That's true. That's true. Better than Vanna.
There you go. See, there you go. That's right. She's lovely and Mississippi grown.
That's exactly right.
Vanna White, you remember her? She years ago, I think she used to do like early before her TV career. She was doing ads. She was doing like Napa Auto Parts. If I remember
she
correctly.
did some advertising for something.
I think it was Napa Auto Parts.
Well, she's just. I don't even know why she's there anymore. But she used to actually turn the letters, so there was a function to it. Now she just kind of taps them, but I don't even think that she taps them. They just change some guy in the back.
I can tell you why she's there. Several $1 million a year.
Yeah, she's there for several million.
Or several. I said I don't know what the exact amount is.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's got to make Pat Sajak look a little smooth. I mean, he's kind of.
That's true.
Yeah, and he
keeps yelling at people.
You got to dress him. Angry man. You got to dress him up a little bit.
A lot.
Vanna's 67 now.
Is that right? Well, she's reached retirement age then. She might retire after this. Start drawing her Social Security and everything.
You think she needs it?
Nope.
No, me neither.
Don't think so.
She ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
Before her appearance on TV, Vanna White was a contestant in the Miss Georgia USA pageant in 1978.
Wow.
Her first appearance in a game show was on the June 20th, 1980 episode of The Price is Right, where she was among the first 4 contestants. So she was a contestant.
A contestant.
Once upon a
Price
time.
Is Right. And,
she did not make it on stage, but the clip of her running to Contestants Row was rebroadcast as a part of their 25th anniversary back in '96. And, of course, she acted in a few movies, and then in her autobiography, of course, She was featured in a Playboy pictorial.
Oh. No comment, Roger? He's like,
I set him up for that
do I still have that one? That's what he's thinking. I think I might have it somewhere back in the
I'm just trying to think where did I put that?
What issue? What year? I got them categorized. Now,
I
filed,
shouldn't have even
okay.
read that line. I knew that's what was going to happen.
But that didn't. I think you all went quiet on that. So don't. What you're trying to do, you're sitting there thinking.
I was like, was she pictured turning letters? I mean, what?
She was heard after leaving Price is Right. Said, "I didn't get to spin the wheel. I'll show them.
Oh.
I'll turn letters one day."
She was wearing see-through lingerie.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. You had the magazine. I didn't. I didn't know what it looked like.
What? Oh, wow!
I was
Hold out.
5.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it even more sick.
That is sick.
You sick puppy.
5 years old. My goodness.
Hey, look.
Kind of house you grew up in. Wow.
She don't look like mommy.
We watch Wheel of Fortune again.
Mornings in Meridian. We've got to let's move on. Let's bring the show back.
Please.
We got to bring the show
Come
back
on,
around.
Family show.
Good morning, caller. Welcome. Save us.
Hey, guys, 2 weeks ago, the Supreme
Chuck
Court
to
was
save us. We're getting Chuck to save us.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Desperation.
Go ahead,
Hello?
sir. Go ahead, sir. You're here.
Hey, 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court was hearing the Colorado case trying to keep Trump off the ballot. Did I miss it, or has that been ruled on, or what? Did it just go dead, or what happened with that case, guys?
See, the Supreme Court has yet to rule on it.
They
don't
have yet to rule on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're going to rule on it soon. The Supreme Court's supposed to rule on it soon.
That's exactly what I was wondering about. You know,
They might be
we
waiting to
don't
see how
realize-
they might be waiting to see how the South Carolina primary goes.
Yeah. Well, I know Nikki's not bothering her. She's in there no matter what. And then right after the primary in South Carolina.
Did you hear what
she'll
she said
drop
yesterday?
out.
Did you hear what she said yesterday? She said, "For all you media people that are here thinking that I'm going to drop out, I'm not."
Yeah.
And I was like, basically, this was a speech so you could have some media come to one of your events. Basically,
You can't get no crowds. Maybe she can get a bunch of media to show up. Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all actually believe that Donald Trump wants Russia to invade NATO countries that are behind on their NATO funding? Do y'all does anybody but Nikki Haley actually believe that Donald Trump wants Russia to invade another country?
Well, I would ask, does Nikki Haley really believe that?
I was about to
No,
say,
of course not.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody does. I mean,
But you know, she uses it. She continues.
Mhm.
That's all she spouts out. You know, about Trump wants Russia to invade, and we got people in those countries. Nobody's dumb enough but you to believe that Trump really wants to invade. You know, the other thing, this judge that did this ruling the other day, we don't know how many dozens of judges are put forth and nominated every year by Biden and his or Obama. Obama got to play so many in 8 years. He got to put so many of these judges, like the one that ruled against Trump in California the other day. And, you know, it reminds me, I just wanted to bring up the point that Chip Pickering's dad was probably one of the most honorable judges to not only serve in Mississippi, but maybe serve anywhere. And they flat out kicked him out when the Democrats was in control of the process, nominee process, kicked him out, didn't even give him the time of day, but they'll let trash like this guy in New York sit on the bench. So something from back in the day, what they did to Chip Pickering's dad here in Mississippi. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, that kind of bringing back some history there. I remember that where because of his alliance with, or at least kind of a perceived to be, or whatever you call it, on the conservative Republican side.
sure.
Anyhow,
And those sort of reprisals happen. I mean, you know, and it's not about the quality of the person; it's about their political affiliation. And it's unfortunate, but that's kind of the way that our system operates. But I think that going back to Nikki Haley, she's just selling fear. That's all she's doing, and no one's buying. Obviously, I mean, if you look at the recent polls in South Carolina, I don't think anybody's buying into what she's saying.
well, I mean, I watched. It was around noon yesterday that she had her little speech or whatever there in Greenville, South Carolina. It was kind of ironic that Trump had a town hall last night on Fox in Greenville, South Carolina. But I watched the speech yesterday, and it was. I wouldn't say it was grasping at straws, but it was borderline, just very desperate.
Whatever you can do. I mean,
Yeah,
of course, and a statement like Trump supports,
Yeah.
Russia invading NATO states that aren't paying their bills. I mean, there's no way.
I mean, because
that's
when you look at
ridiculous.
polls, I think they had a Monmouth poll, and they had all kind of polls internally within the state. I mean, she's down anywhere right now between 29 and as much as 40 points
In her home state.
In her home state, so
where she was the governor.
So the biggest question going ahead is after Saturday, which, by the way, that's Saturday, which is a little interesting, a little unique.
That is
that they're
strange.
having their primary on a weekend.
I disagree with that. By the
Yeah,
way.
that's a little interesting. But I think after Saturday,
Did they
if
not consult
if she does get beat
they didn't ask me.
handily by that amount of points, you really got to start looking at this thing like there. You got to get out.
Well, I think everybody else is already looking that way.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
sounds like she's not going to. But if she's getting donors to
Yeah.
keep giving her money, then she's going to keep plugging away. And I think she is betting on some sort of conviction of Trump. And if she does, she's the only one left. And so she is the clear choice of, okay, well, if it's not Trump, then by default it'll have to be Nikki Haley.
Got a caller on the line. Let's take a phone call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hey, y'all, it's Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
I would like to argue that Nikki Haley's money and her campaign in general is actually the test platform for the Democratic Party. I mean, she's arguing the same stuff that Biden's going to be arguing. She's getting crossover voters during primaries from Democrats who want to vote her in.
Mm-hmm.
And I suspect that she's receiving a lot of campaign contributions from Democrats simply because they want to see the fight. They want to see people arguing back and forth, and they want to damage Trump as much as possible. I mean, clearly this is an orchestrated campaign. I mean, this deal out of New York is just insane. And
Yeah, one thing
for him
Trump.
to actually have to come up with $500 million in order to appeal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that goes against our constitutional right for against unfair punishment.
Yeah.
That's,
One thing Trump said
I
in
don't
his
know what he's going to do, but
one thing Trump said with his town hall, he said, if they're talking about the judgment that was given him up in New York, he said, well, if it wasn't me, then it'd be Nikki Haley, but they'd be attacking her. I said, no, they wouldn't be.
No.
That's one thing where I had to disagree with Donald Trump.
Well, I will tell you this, that if the
Oh,
Democrats
they'll punch at her, but they wouldn't come at her with the ire that
$340 million fine
Yeah.
where there's no victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to the Democrats donating to Nikki Haley's campaign, hey, I'm all for that. Waste your money on that. Send more, I mean, divert those funds from other races where the Democrats, might need that money. So,
she's running from the squishy middle.
Yeah, it's squishy, all
Romney
right.
end of the party.
Oh, the Romney part.
Romney.
Yeah, well,
Gotcha.
it is what it is. But I looked the other night. I thought I posted on one of the blogs that somebody ought to start a GoFundMe. If all of the 84 million people that voted for Trump before it kicked in $5, we could pay this off and he could get his appeal and everything else. And immediately the trolls came out and started talking about he's no better than Alyssa, whatever her name is, that was running a GoFundMe for a kid's baseball team.
Milano,
Well,
I think.
he didn't ask for anybody to do anything. That's what I can't understand. But anyway, I think it's unfair. I don't know what this rule is, but I'm gonna tell you what. If you're a business owner, if you have business in New York City, get out now, because they're coming for you next.
Oh, they're singing those songs up there like, hey, anywhere but New York.
Well, and if everyone did, Trump pays the fine. I mean, all that money just goes to the state of New York. So I'd be happy to help Trump out, but I don't want to send any money up there. I don't want to give him my money.
Right.
And
Well,
get-
the one thing about it is, if he has to post it as collateral or a bond. He doesn't actually have to do 100% of the money, but still having enough collateral in order to put that up is pretty strong.
Yeah.
But the ridiculous part was come up with a round figure of $100 million as interest. I mean, clearly he ran an amortization table on that or something, didn't he? Because I've never run one that came up with a round number like that round. But
Well, it's gonna. I think the appeal. I think he's gonna win in the appeal process.
I think so too. I think it's clearly. I mean, when the governor comes out and tries to calm the fears of everyone else and says we're only going after Trump,
That says everything.
you pretty well just
squashed your ability to say that this is a rule that applies to everybody.
Oh yeah, this is
Right.
It's a rule that applies to
Only one person.
political threats that we don't like.
I just think anytime you try to kick out a developer or somebody who has an industry in your area because you don't like their politics, it seems like you're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
And everybody preaches this fear of Donald Trump. He's a dangerous person, a bad guy. He's already been our president. Other than the fact that COVID came in and messed up all the success we were having, what was the danger? I mean, good night. Somebody please explain that. Why is this man a dangerous man?
Here's a little game I like to play. Is anytime you see somebody in the media or on the other side say that Trump is accuse Trump of anything, do a little research and see if you can find where Biden actually did that, because they are really good at projection.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of the stuff that they accuse him of actually took place. He wasn't a dictator. He didn't shut down the legislature. He didn't do anything like that.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of this mainstream media, though. They can say it and repeat it. And like this morning, there was some talking head talking to what's that guy? You know, he was a Vanderbilt on CNN.
Yeah, that
Anderson Cooper.
Harrison, yeah, Cooper. He's sitting there listening to a guy talking about. I'm getting too old for this. I get that.
Cooper. Anderson.
It's like I was telling my granddaughter. Her, what's her name? I say, no. Anyway, they're sitting there telling the line that Trump or the Republicans are basically in cooperation with the Russians. The Republicans are in cooperation with Russian intelligence.
Wow.
It's like, and Anderson Cooper sitting there with a straight face, just listening to the interview. It's like there's no questions, no rebuttal, no So it's just this whole same game plan again of trying to tie the Republicans to Russia, and it's like, we've already been through all of that in the 2016 debacle, but yet these networks, they just keep repeating and pushing this stuff. And it's like,
well, the crazy thing
when
is,
does America wise up?
But if you look at this and you say, okay, if you're Putin, who do you want as president?
Biden.
You want Trump or Biden?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All day long.
I mean, come on.
If I'm Chairman Xi or whatever, President Xi, I want Biden.
Well, right. Or do you want Trump or Harris, dare I say it?
Oh, God.
Nobody wants Harris except for Putin.
I did see an interesting article yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but there's a whispers going around in the media about a potential extinction level event with some of these large newspapers and media outlets where they can't afford to stay open anymore because nobody's paying attention. Nobody's buying their stuff.
Well,
and at some point you have to realize that the reason nobody's buying your stuff is because you're not telling the truth. If you quit lying, maybe you'd have a market.
Well, here's a word of warning.
You look at the numbers. The viewer numbers for MSNBC and CNN together usually don't match what Fox does for a particular hour. And I'm not a fan of Fox anymore, but I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say, here's a word of warning. I mean, news outlets like Newsmax, they're gaining ground because, basically some people are just like you saying, Fox is just kind of slipping a little bit as far as, what they pander. I don't know if they're pandering a whole lot to the other side, but the point is, I think as long as Ainsley Earhart keeps wearing those big, bright yellow pantsuits, people are going to switch over to Newsmax. I told I told my wife this morning, I said, I'm pulling Bidens all over the place here. I told my wife, I said, what's the big banana right there on the couch there on Fox News this morning? Oh, that's Ainsley Earhart in a pantsuit.
I thought for sure you was fixing to say you told your wife that she ought to get a yellow pantsuit.
No.
She's got several already, as a matter of fact. Why don't you say that?
I don't know. I don't want to make Ainsley mad. She's already had a couple of husbands.
Yeah, well, anyway, the upshot is I don't think Trump is quite got as big of horns as they think he does. I don't think he's the devil that they portray him to be. But I really think when you start seeing people on the left side start saying, "Hey, gum, I think that thing in New York, that ruling is a little rough."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, even the ones that hate Trump are like, yeah, no, I don't think that was slick. That was too much.
I think these blatant, outrageous attacks are just going to continue to help him.
It has so far.
Yeah,
I mean, you know,
there you go.
You've heard what he's you've heard what he said. You know, I'm just one more indictment away from securing the presidency. He said that.
That was good words.
Actually, that's pretty funny.
That is funny.
What he should have said is he's one more. Well, yeah. Well, then he'd be in for the next impeachment.
Yeah.
It should be he's one indictment away from the next impeachment.
There it is. Well, sir, good to hear
All right,
from
guys,
you.
I'll let y'all get back to it.
Uh,
I just want to let y'all know my thoughts on Haley. Her comment about the fact that after South Carolina, she's still going to be in. Pretty well telegraphs to me that she's seen the polls.
Yeah. Well, tell all the folks at Tipmasters hi this morning. I can't recall them by name because I can't even remember anybody's
They
name.
have
this
name
morning.
tags there.
Yeah, they have
That's
name tags.
why they have
That's
name
why
tags.
they have. We do it Rotary anyway. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
Because I get to look down at my name
I think
tag
we need
and
him
figure
here,
out
'cause
who
half
I
the time
am.
I forget your
That's
name,
right.
too. What is that guy? Rob,
Steal
what's
a
his name?
page out of the Masons. If you want to be one, ask one. How about that?
There you go. You stole a page. All right. Good to see.
We'll teach you the secret handshake.
There you go. All right. Good deal.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
When did you join the Masons?
Who the Masons
I
are.
didn't. I know a lot of them. Some of
There
my
you
best
go.
friends are Masons.
We're going to take a break. Thanks checking in there, PT.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Laura Carmichael's in the house. We're going to be talking tourism when we return. Stay with us, folks. Don't go away. Hey, it's Mornings in Meridian. Yes, I know the break had kind of a little train wreck there, but you're not supposed to draw attention to your mistakes. It's Paul Tarver's fault. He called in. We went through the break. I had to rearrange some things and just didn't get it rearranged right. So I'm gonna blame it on Paul. Can I do that?
Hey, get blame on.
You
Yes,
did it.
definitely.
Too late
As
now.
long as it's not my fault, we're good.
As long as it's not your fault. No. It's mine. I'll accept full. I just want to say I accept full responsibility.
I'm not a criminal.
All right. Glad you're out there, folks. And, of course, that's Mary Chapin Carpenter out the Twist and Shout. She's 66 years old today.
All right.
That's the good thing about being in Hollywood or on the entertainment scale. Your age gets put out there on the airwaves.
And you make lots of money.
Well, yeah, you do that. Yes, you do.
That goes along with it. You make
Yeah.
the money, then everyone knows your age.
I'll tell you who's 63 today. Remember that little blonde-headed kid that was swimming in Blue Lagoon?
Oh.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Christopher Atkins. He's 63 years old.
That's like the only movie he ever did, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah,
But hey,
some commercials for Cheetos or something. in
if
the
you do a
80s.
movie with Brooke Shields, I mean,
Hey, that's all you need.
what
right?
else? Yeah,
He's
where
probably
else?
still getting the checks from that anyway.
And actress Tyne Daly, 78 years old today, from Cagney and Lacey. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good little actress. Her son, also an actor. Tim Daly? No, I don't know. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. I can't remember names
John
today.
Daly? No, he's a golfer.
Say, I'm Roger B. Say good morning to this guy to my left. What's his name?
Hey, you.
Yeah, hey you. Yeah,
That
there
guy.
you go. And also this other guy here.
Yeah.
We're all here
Nobody
together.
cares, whatever.
And in just a moment, we're going to have somebody save the show, and that's Laura Carmichael.
Woo! Our savior.
In just a moment, but let's tell people who makes this show possible.
Well, the good folks down at Premier Paint and Body.
I won't forget their name.
We never will. Over 30 years providing the best auto body work and quality paint jobs, and their staff has over 100 years, of course, led by Ty, does a great job. And, of course, no job is too small or too large for Premier Paint and Body, whether it's a ding, a dent, a scratch, or something a little bigger. They can fix you up. And, of course, they'll give you a free estimate. And they work with all insurance companies, and all of their work has a lifetime warranty. They are conveniently located right next to Johnson Dodge on Highway 39 North, open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And here's their number. Write it down, because when you need them, you really need them. 601-482-PAINT. That's 601-482-PAINT. That's Premier Paint and Body. They are the premier paint and body shop here in town.
All right. The slogan is Visit Meridian. And we're going to find out if people are indeed visiting Meridian. And with that, we'll go to the person who is the executive director of the tourism department here in Lauderdale County. Say hi to Laura Carmichael.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me. Always.
Well, we've got to hear what's going on, and you know what's going on. That makes you a perfect guest.
Oh well, thank you. Well, it's getting warm. The weather's getting warmer, so that hopefully that means that more people are making plans for trips, and of course we want them to come to Meridian.
Well, I know we do. You know, I was sitting there thinking about this Visit Meridian thing, and I'm just wondering, do you have numbers about how many people visit our area from outside?
So we do. We get a report every week from it's called STAR, and it lets us know what the occupancy rates in our hotels are.
Okay.
So that gives us an indicator of how many people are coming into our city, you know, where they're coming from and how long they're staying. So it's a good indicator of, you know, what kind of traffic we're getting like that. Now, that doesn't necessarily count for those who are just coming for a day trip and just enjoying maybe the museums, nice restaurants like downtown Weidman's.
Ooh, nice plug. Thank you.
And, but, you know, and then, you know, and then, of course, coming to see the shows like at the Riley Center, at the Max, when they have those special things like the guitar exhibit.
Yeah.
So we can also pull numbers from those kind of events as well. Full Moon's about to start back up, so we can kind of get an indicator of those people, you know, from events like that too, where they're coming from.
Do they give you
And-
annual numbers, like without being specific, just kind of a close to how many people visit our town?
Yeah, we get those, and
I
we
mean,
do.
do you know the number? I mean,
I don't know it right
okay.
now off the top of my head.
Right,
But,
okay.
But you know, I do know that this time of the year it starts ticking back up,
Yeah.
which is you know good, exciting for us. People are getting out more, so you know our job is just really to tell the story of why Meridian's a great place to come visit. And you know, our goal is to reach, you know, outside that 90-mile radius to attract those folks to come into town, stay in our hotels, shop, eat in our restaurants. But I also believe that you know, educating our people who live here in Meridian on what great things there are to do, you know, that's equally as important. So.
Now, you've taken over the office at Visit Meridian, and I'm trying to remember, it hasn't been that long, has it?
No,
You've
it's
been...
just a little over 3 months.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, there you go. Good idea. I was getting warm in the
Take my
studio.
shirt
Hang
off.
on.
Hey, whoa, wait. I didn't know we're doing all that. Wow.
She started it.
Okay.
The thing about tourism, of course, they actually physically contact your office, people from out of town wondering what's going on, what they can do.
And so that happens 3 ways. We have our email, info@visitmeridian.com, that people can send requests, you know, wanting information, maybe ask them what hotel to stay in. We also get phone calls daily about, you know, various things, the Jimmy Rogers Museum, what things are there to do in Meridian. And then the thing that I love is people who are visiting our community, like Monday, or actually we were off Monday. Tuesday, we had a couple that came in. They were actually staying at Twitley Branch out at Oktibbe.
Yes.
And they came in, and their Meridian was a stop for 2 weeks, and they wanted to know what to do. So we have brochures, we have all kinds of things that we have an insider guide that lets everybody know, hey, these are the places that are must-sees. You want to do this. And we're about to launch our website, too, a new website that's going to be a little more immersive as well, to let people know, you know, those top 10 things to do in Meridian, all the attractions, all the places to eat, you know, where to go shop, and, of course, you know, hotel information. So another thing that we do is also encourage those conferences. I know we have several conferences coming in this spring, March and April. We're going to be pretty busy. We work hand in hand with the hotels. MSU Riley Center, Morgan there is awesome to work with. So we can kind of arrange those, roll out the red carpet when those you know, different organizations come in to do a 2 or 3 day conference, and just, you know, make sure that we make them feel welcome, and also that we make them want to come back. So that's important.
That's good.
Yes.
Now, I'm just curious, does your office keep track of where people are inquiring from, you know, what states they're from or whatever?
We do. In fact, the couple that came in Tuesday, they were from Wisconsin. So they were traveling, you know, a good ways away. So yes, we do get that. And then from a statewide level, Visit Mississippi, they get inquiries too, that I get a monthly report. And it's amazing to see the people who go to the Visit Mississippi site, and then they drill down and ask about Meridian. So we get those reports as well. So it's good information.
Good information, and most likely at some point, Charles, you see them at the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
I do. And, you know, I see, I see a lot of those that are here for an overnight visit and things like that as well. I'm fairly, I wouldn't say aggressive, but I certainly try to market to all the hotels on a weekly or biweekly basis so that they're getting rack cards and things like that, so they know where we are in the downtown and things like that. So we do get the overnight visitors, but we get a lot of visitors just stopping by for the day, which is a great opportunity because we have a lot of brochures that Visit Meridian provides for us. And so they're here, and invariably they will tell me, what a great downtown. You know, I never even knew this was here. And so they'll kind of wander around, like, oh, go check out the Max, the Riley Center, all that kind of stuff. And it's an opportunity for them to get one of those brochures, look at it, and then come back for a visit in, you know, maybe 6 months and maybe 2 years. But still, we're kind of on their radar at that point. So, I think that that's also an effective way that Laura and tourism is kind of marketing. So, you know, I think that's there's a lot of future residuals from that as well.
Oh, yes. And I have to say, having partnerships with you and the other organizations in downtown and, of course, all over Meridian is so important, because we all kind of work together to make sure that we're putting on the best light for our city and our community, because we do want those people to come back. It's economic development in a tourism sense. So we definitely want to do that and make sure that we do everything we can to provide those resources to our local businesses as well. So,
And one thing that we really need to kind of focus on, I think, in Meridian is pride in our city. And I think that's something that's lacking, and it shouldn't be. When if you can objectively look at the town and say, okay, yeah, we've got our share of problems. I think we can all admit that. And certainly if you listen to this show, you hear about a lot of those. But we've got a lot of great things as well. The Raleigh Center is fantastic. I mean, if you go in there, you're just like, wow.
Yes.
And in fact, if you've been to a show, it seems like every show I go to, the performer says, this is a fantastic facility. I mean, they're impressed by just looking out on it, and they see it in that regard. But the 3-foot hotel, what a fantastic addition. The Max. I mean, it kind of goes on and on. The downtown, the fact that we've kept the architecture downtown, and that's probably due to economic stagnation. Well, that's great, though. We still have not raised those buildings, although some of them we've had to, obviously, but we've kept a lot of that. And so we have our architectural integrity still intact. And so there's a lot going on that's great. And the brewery, I mean, what a great addition.
It is. And
Mississippi State, I mean, it just kind of goes on and on. You start thinking about it, you're like, start naming other things, you know.
I went to a ribbon cutting yesterday for the new caters at the museum.
Right.
And, you know, that's a great partnership there. And the Children's Museum, I know it brings a lot of visitors as well.
Is that on Sela Ward or Sela Ward Calhoun Parkway? How would
There we go.
It's a question. It's legitimate.
Hey, I ain't got a problem with it.
I'm going to start
That's
getting
awesome.
Calhoun stickers and putting it on the street
On the
signs.
street
Yeah.
signs. So speaking of that, we're about to start the installation. I've talked about the wayfinding, you know, for our downtown.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
And
that,
I get lost.
We've got a timeline, so that's that's in progress, and we're really excited about that because we'll start on Sela Ward, Calhoun Parkway. Anyway, we'll start there with the welcome sign.
She's going to be in trouble.
Probably always is, you know, I'd imagine. But.
Anyway, but so we'll start there on the on the corner and just bring people into downtown, and the signage will showcase directions to those major points, you know, attractions, and so we're excited about that. We hope to have that complete by May. I know this summer we're going to have the Meridian Night Picnic, which is a huge event for our community. State games. You know, all the festivals that'll be going on. Jimmy Rogers. I don't know if we'll quite have it ready for Jimmy Rogers. We'll see. We hope, but that will also give those who are coming into our town kind of some directions as to where the Railroad Museum is, where Soule and all those places.
And you had said there'd be like QR codes on there where you can scan, which I know that's a big thing. So
we're excited about that one. That kiosk is going to be at Dumont Plaza, and it will have a QR code that jumps you right to, when you scan it, to our attractions.
That's convenient.
So for those that aren't on the signage downtown, it will lead you to all over the city.
Would you take a phone call? We've got a caller on the line there.
Sure.
All right. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Do you have a question for Miss Carmichael? Oh no, you don't. Okay. We don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I lied. We don't have a caller.
That was Sela Ward Calhoun calling.
Hey,
Oh, goodness.
Started something.
y'all started something.
I played into it.
Well, that's all right. Well, it's exciting, of course. I mean, I guess it's good for us to hear that people really seek us out.
They do. It is exciting, and
because we do spend a lot of time talking about the problems of our city here on the show.
Right.
And we need you here to kind of help balance us out.
Well, I've heard people from other cities. I know there was a speaker talking about Laurel, and they're doing great things there. But this was a Rotary a couple years ago, and they were talking about their community, and we were like, well, what can we do? And they're like, look, you have no idea how we want to be Meridian. And so that's encouraging to hear that, sometimes we do focus on the negative, but there's so much positive here that we really need to start doing that, because that's a win for everybody who lives here. So it's exciting to hear that people from other places are comparing themselves to us.
So there you
and,
go.
Our growth and what we're doing. And downtown, Charles, like you said, it's phenomenal, the things that are happening all over our city. So I love being a part of it.
There's one reason why we are a great town. That's because we all know here in Meridian where to go to get our batteries.
That's right.
Battery One Source.
So that we can get to work and then get home from work.
Yeah.
That's right. Or if you've got a fleet of golf carts, like Roger knows, then you need to get them serviced there at Battery One Source, 2618 North Frontage Road, in between exit 152 and 153. John Dufour and his crew have batteries of every need and description. Watches, remotes, cell phones, laptop computers. If your laptop computer doesn't have a battery, you know what it is?
Desktop.
It's a desktop. Well, make it a laptop once again. Go see John Dufour. Of course, they have batteries for every vehicle ever created, whether that's a tractor, motorcycle, golf cart, or, of course, all of the SUVs and cars out there. And if your cell phone's broken, they got the best cell phone repair guy in the business. Bring it in for that quick fix. Open 8 to 4:30, Monday through Friday, 2618 North Frontage Road. That is Battery One Source, your one source for batteries.
All right. If you've just joined us, first of all, where are you? Where you been? And we have Laura Carmichael here from the tourism department. Visit Meridian. And we'll have more. Are you able to stay with us a little while longer? We'll take a break for Fox News, and then we'll come back. So stay with us, folks, for more of, well, some good things about Meridian, Mississippi. Well, where did we go? Well, I just went to the break room, got some water. And the rest of us all stayed right here. I'm Roger. He's Rob.
Yeah, because you didn't want to spend 10 minutes back there at the Keurig.
I didn't want to spend 10 minutes with the Keurig that has to warm up and then put your pod in.
Ready to press.
Don't get me started.
Thanks a lot, guy.
Got him started.
Ba, 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 ba.
That guy.
That guy. Yeah, okay. Mornings in Meridian. Charles Frazier's in the house.
The house.
In just a moment, we're going to resume our visit with Laura Carmichael from Visit Meridian. So we're looking forward to that. Stay with us for that. But first, we do have to tell you that not all Toyota dealerships are created equal. If you're looking for a new Toyota or a previously owned that's in very fine condition, checked out and everything, go to Doc's Toyota.
That's right. Just up the road in Philadelphia, Mississippi, they've got all kinds of 2024 Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, Highlanders, Corollas, you name it. Toyota makes it. They've got them, and they've got plenty of them. They also have a huge selection.
Very, very large selection.
Very large of pre-owned inventory, all been through the rigorous multi-point Toyota inspection process, so you know you're getting a good quality car.
That's it.
And you can check them out online. DocsToyota.com lists all their inventory there. You can even buy a vehicle online. How cool is that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's easy just to go up to Philadelphia as well and check out their wonderful showroom there with the 5-star customer service. And, you know, there are many deals out there. Everybody's got a deal. But you know what?
What?
There is no deal
Like a Doc's deal. There you go.
Doc's Toyota, Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Mornings in Meridian. We're going to resume our conversation with Laura Carmichael. Welcome back to the microphone, Laura.
Hello.
Glad I like that. Hello. She is with Visit Meridian. She is just the person that can just about take on any job you throw at her because she's just that kind of a working girl. She is even president of the Mississippi Council of the Navy League. You've heard me talk about that on the show before, haven't you, gentlemen?
I never heard of it.
That's an honor.
Punch his mic over there.
All right, you know about it.
Yeah,
yes.
you know all about it. And,
So wait, you're the president of that, and you're the
Tourism director.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all.
Is that okay?
I mean, yes.
You
I'm
trying
on
to
a couple,
catch up with
I'm on a
Rob over
couple
there
of
as far as that
boards,
goes? Okay.
But yes. so-
great mother, grandmother, all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you
there's
know,
all those good things.
That's how this
Yeah.
works, right? You got to do more than one thing, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
My babies are my pride and joy.
There you go.
No doubt.
Well, of course, now we're talking tourism, and you're talking about how we do have people that actually do come and seek out a visit to Meridian. So folks that think Meridian's, already halfway to, where in a handbasket, it is people outside Meridian don't think so. They want to come and see what we have, and they come and visit. Is that right, Laura?
It is. And if you think about our location, we're a great location for people who are traveling, that they may want to stop over for a night or two between the East Coast and the West Coast areas. So we get, we try to encourage those folks to stay and see what we're about.
Sure.
And then hopefully they'll go back and tell their friends, how great it is. And we are a great community.
We'll talk about in a
So-
little bit how you get the word out there to these people. But right now we got a caller on the line that may have a question for you. So good morning, caller. Do you have a question for Tourism Director Laura Carmichael?
Yes, I do. Good morning. I come in peace. I love everybody, and there's nothing you can do about it.
There it is.
Hey.
Mississippi James checking in this
Good
morning.
morning.
All right. Now, Miss Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
I am the self-proclaimed mediator and facilitator. And what I'm speaking about is the crime that's going on around Meridian. We can promote all on one side, but the other side, we need to de-escalate some of this crime.
Yes,
And I'm
sir.
out here every day talking to the guys that's committing the crime, and they have a reason for doing it. And I'm bringing that out. I'm showing that to different peoples. Matter of fact, example, one of the guys had a good plan together, and he took it to a group of elders. But you got that generation gap in there. They didn't understand it. So they look at it, they say, them young folks, try to wipe them out. And what we are doing, we keep on compressing, which that leads to spontaneous combustion. And that's what we're dealing with around Meridian. So it's good that you're doing a good job with the tourism. I'm enjoying everything you're saying. But the other side, people got to feel safe to want to come here.
Yes,
and we
sir.
could make this thing grow if we can get the attitude changed around and say it ain't as bad as people say it is, up until it's great coming to Meridian. It's safe. I know that may seem like a pipe dream, but I reached out to you once before, and I'm reaching out to you again. But if we keep ignoring this, it's only going to get worse. Because you cannot arrest yourself out of this problem. Because we're breeding kids like this, or they feel like they're being bred,
But you're talking to the tourism department, which they're really not involved with law enforcement and rehabilitation of criminals. So I'm trying to make your connection here, sir.
Right. Well, she got some connection. The city of Meridian is connected. All departments are connected.
Well,
so
she's
that's the
county.
reason I try to hit all of them.
Yeah, she
So
works.
once
The county of Lauderdale pays her check. I think they paying you. You doing this for free?
Seems like it's for free,
Yeah.
but no.
Yeah.
I like doing the radio.
But anyway,
But once
your point
once
is well
this
taken,
connection-
but there's no connection right now to her job as far as I was just wondering if you had a question pertinent to her job as the tourism director.
Well, she's doing a good job, and I hope she continue to grow it. But like
Yeah.
I say, on the other side,
Now, if you
you
want
got
to
to look at that also.
if you want to talk about the other side, then you've got to talk to the law enforcement, the judicial system, the DA, and all these other folks. So that's the side where you need to direct all those comments, I think.
You missing connection too. So
What?
that's all right though. It's all interconnected, so we can't leave a piece out.
Well, I guess
You
I
know,
see
you
your
need all
point.
people.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are right about the fact that people need to feel safe to be able to come to Meridian. You're right about that.
Definitely.
But and she will get that message out, I'm sure, because that's what tourism does. But anyway, okay, I hear what you're saying.
You'll see it clear as I work through it. You'll see it clear. But you guys have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Continue to listen.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do have a question for you next time you call, so we'll see how that goes. All right, thanks for checking in with
All
us.
right, that'll be tomorrow then. All right.
Sounds good. Mornings in Meridian.
Thanks a lot. You won't be here.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I do have to be somewhere tomorrow.
Yeah.
But no, when you get a chance, just ask him. He said that the criminals have a reason why they do that.
And it's almost a choice.
And
that
I would
they're
like to.
making
I
based on-
want to ask. I didn't
sort
want to do
of
it here, but next time, just ask.
Right.
Him, what's the reason given?
Making a note.
Back to tourism.
Yay.
All right.
That's an awkward transition.
Well, yeah, I think he's
But
talking about
he
the
does
safety
have a
of the
good point.
he does.
Yes,
And-
he does.
And it is big picture, but we can go 50,000 or we can go 20,000.
Well, he was calling like it was her job to do something about that, and it's not. So.
Well, I think what he's saying is that we have a big picture, and how do we look at attracting people
Yes.
here and having a better product overall, the product
Right.
being the city.
And we all have to collectively
right.
work together to make that better.
Sure. Now,
so,
your focus is on the highlights that we have
Yes.
and developing those and making sure we're marketing those effectively.
Yes.
There are other people who have other tasks of mitigating crime and preventing crime and making sure that these kids are not going into a life of crime. But it's sort of a separate issue. However, they're all tied together because it's all
They
about the
are.
welfare of the city. So I kind of think that's where he was going with it.
I
But
think, yes.
as far as this conversation goes, we're really focusing on tourism and the positive things that we have going on and how we're bringing people in and
There we go.
and what we're doing.
I'm chasing you.
Yeah, the microphone's
I'm
chasing me.
you there.
Yeah.
Getting animated. I'm moving around.
He goes into his
Sorry.
New York, kind of the what
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, whatever.
Jersey comes out.
All
or
right,
something.
set it up.
Starts talking with his hands and everything. Oh man, it's radio, Charlie.
You guys. All right.
All right, some good things coming up on the agenda. Do you have does the community calendar come through tourism department?
So there's a couple of calendars and on our new website, yes, we will have a new and improved community calendar that
New
will
and
allow
improved.
people to list events and special things going on from a county-wide perspective. Meridian Main Street has a great calendar for the downtown events,
Okay.
and we've really relied on that a lot too. So both of those channels are really good to find out what's going on. We
So
try to
will your-
highlight everybody and everything.
Will your calendar include the city events?
Oh, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
I mean, it'll all I'm kind of a one-stop shop kind of
yes,
person.
it's
Where can I get all the information?
yes, it's going to all pull together. And so we're really excited about that with that new website. And, hopefully people will be able to go in and put in their events
Yeah.
and do it in an effective, easy way that we'll be able to, spotlight those that
Good.
are
Like
that are countywide.
When
so.
Charles wants to say, I want to, display my antique Barbie doll collection.
Yes.
What, would they, that could
It's
be
on permanent exhibit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
Antique Barbie doll. How did you know? Whatever.
no judgment.
I heard things. No.
Ken.
Thanks for
doll.
playing.
Yes.
Thanks for playing along with me. on that.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Now, so so you're able to, here's one thing, a question I have, and that is people that have come to Meridian and visited.
Yes.
Do you have, let me give you an example. I stay out of town at a hotel. They send me this little thing, tell me how your stay was, and I do some sort of a survey.
Right.
Today is all about surveys. Survey
Right.
this, survey that. Is there a way that people can kind of survey and you collect data of how they enjoy their visit to Meridian?
So we do not have anything in place right now from from our department or from our office that does
Or is it
that.
even practical?
It is practical. I think it's
Yeah.
great feedback, and I know individual, hotels may do something like that,
Right.
like the Marriott or like the Hilton or the,
Yeah.
the Holiday Inns.
And that's for their
and
services.
that's for their services, exactly. But that's something that we could look into
Mm-hmm.
as far as how we can, and also maybe those repeat visitors.
Ask-
how we can
ask Steve
how
to
we
work
can
on
monitor
that.
those.
Ask
Yes.
Steve to work on that. He's there at his office doing that. By the way, we do need to make sure that people know that you don't do all of this by yourself. You have a staff. If
I
you'd
have
like
a great
to,
team. Steve Martin, Dawn Black, and Dale James. They're super. They're there to be resources
Yeah.
for the community and for outsiders as well. So it definitely is not a one person show. We couldn't do it without the great tourism team that we have. So, and they've been there, and I'm the newbie, so they're teaching me a lot as well. So I'm really appreciative.
hey, we got
all
a new
they
boss. We got to train a new boss.
Right.
I know, but yes, but we all have the same passion and the same goal, and that's to promote our community. So
Absolutely. And we talked about events that were upcoming, right?
Yes,
Some things,
yes.
like you said, the weather's starting to get a little warmer. We're getting a hint that spring's around the corner. So
Yes.
what's on the calendar?
well, we have a lot on the calendar.
Yeah.
So I know you have something that's coming up this weekend, Charles, right in front
Sure.
of you.
Talking about it yesterday. We have the History Walk, of course, on Saturday
Oh,
with
yeah.
our very own Sheriff Ward Calhoun playing part of his great
Great
grandfather, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But a variety of, there's probably about 18 points around downtown
Yes.
where they'll have different characters portraying different historical figures. So
Begins at noon at Dumont Plaza.
there you go, exactly. And the weather's supposed to be perfect for it.
Rob
Yes.
did that.
Yes, he did the
You're
weather.
welcome.
Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
Wow, I got to talk to him a little more.
He's your weather guy. He checks on all this for us.
Power, some pull.
Yes.
But I think next week we've got the full moon on
Yes,
5th,
March
right?
5th. March 1st. I'm
Right.
sorry, Friday is first full moon on 5th, and that is such a popular event, and it brings people.
It does. You big
locally
crowds.
and from outside of Meridian. In right before that event is a Putt Putt Palooza,
Oh.
and,
Putt,
which
putt,
is going to be hosted by Downtown Meridian. So 4-person teams can sign up and have a putt putt team, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then it just segues right into the full moon on 5th on the 1st. And
Fifth on the 1st.
Oh, let's all say it
And-
together.
You have to bring a fifth to that. You
Let's-
have to
let's-
drink a fifth.
Let's all say it together. On Friday the 1st is the
The
first
fifth.
full moon on 5th.
Yeah,
Yes.
say that 5 times in a row.
Can't even say it one time.
And then you can throw in before the first before Friday the 1st, the first full moon on 5th is Putt Putt Palooza.
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't flow the same way.
So,
Oh, wow.
and then, of course, the Mat's got some great things going on this week. Steve Azar on Thursday night and Robert St. John. If you haven't got tickets, that's a fabulous event that's going to be going on. Spring break week, for those of those of you who are not going out of town and want something to do, there are several organizations that are doing a lot of things. The Children's Museum's got a whole week chock full of activities for the kids. The Max has activities for the kids. So check out that community calendar for what's going on spring break week. Of course,
Raleigh Center
concerts.
events, yeah.
Yes, Raleigh Center events. You've
Billy
got,
Solly,
yes.
listen up.
I know.
It's the Fleetwood Mac
the Fleetwood-
tribute
yes.
band without Stevie Nicks, but there'll be a substitute Stevie Nicks.
I'm really
Evie
excited
Nicks is
about
what they're
that.
calling it.
Evie Nicks.
Try to
I
get
don't
try to
think
get
that's
Billy
right.
Solly to say there's a substitute for Stevie Nicks.
Yeah,
Just try to get him to say
Don't
that.
send the solid signal
The
up.
Fleetwood Mac wannabes coming in,
That's,
and
but it's great.
but
I
it should
watched
be
the
good.
video. Yes, I watched the video on that and how they got together, and I mean their passion for just giving a great show. And I've got tickets. I'm super excited about that. So
Oh, there you are.
I'm a Fleetwood Mac fan.
All right. Well, I
Yes.
tell you what. Let's take a phone call here, see if this person has a question for tourism. Good morning, caller. Welcome. You have a question for Laura Carmichael, who is the Executive Director of Tourism.
I do.
Well, look at you. Come on in here.
I'm interested in a conversation about the bed tax that I think is 3.2 or 3.4, whatever it may be.
It's 2.5.
2.5,
Yes, sir.
thank you. And the proposal by the supervisors is to bump it up to 5 for the usage of a sportsplex. Is that correct?
Well, yes, that's just in talks right now. So that's something that is being looked at.
I see, looked at this
Yes.
point.
Yes, sir.
If it's looked at to the extent that it is put up for a vote, and it would be put up for a vote, is that right or wrong?
Yes.
Would that be
It would be legislature.
it wouldn't be a referendum.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes, sir.
Well, the first time we had that, and it was stated, I guess, if you will, wasn't it voted on here?
That may have been the food and beverage tax that you're
Okay.
referring
It's
to.
on the max, yeah.
Yes.
For the max, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if the legislature has that decision, that call on raising it, then the language that would be in their intent to do whatever they do would be somewhat like a statement that money would be collected and utilized for a specific amount of time, like forever or maybe for 10 years. Wouldn't you
Right.
think?
And those details are not worked out yet. So
But to satisfy the
Yes.
debt, well, the
Yes.
construction and payment of
Yes.
that sports complex.
Yeah, and as opposed to as when we had food and beverage and some of the people involved, such as Greg Snowden, made the comment that there was so much revenue coming in on food and beverage that they estimated they could just go ahead and pay that off in, I don't know, maybe 5 years. And my understanding is there's a lot of people that had wished that they hadn't had sole collection of that volume of money to use forever in light of the way it was sold to the voters to retire it.
Oh, you're talking food and beverage, right?
I am,
Yeah,
and I'm talking about hopefully the state legislature will be open about the language and the intent to
Yeah.
use it for what amount of time and for how long. And
most definitely.
that's right. We like that.
Yes.
Right.
Now, the tourism department, though, is partly funded by bed
We
tax,
are.
right?
We are. That's
Not the food and beverage, but the bed tax.
The 2.5% on the hotel, the head
Yeah.
and bed tax. That's what we call it. But
Yeah.
yes, that's how we are funded, and that's how we promote our community.
Yeah.
And that goes to
yes.
the state tax commission and then comes back to the Lauderdale Board of Supervisors, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. And do you know if they still fund or a percentage of funding, that funding goes to the Ag Center?
Yes.
It still does? Okay. Well, that's nice. Thanks for sharing the info with me this morning.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
You know where to call if you want information.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, good deal. All right, thank you. We've got about a minute left or so. Well, anything you want to add, Laura, that we haven't covered that needs to go out there?
Just no, we're here locally for resources if you know they're needed, and you know we just want to encourage everybody to be tourism directors for our city. It takes us all to promote, and we want to make sure we have the resources here locally that we can our folks in the service industry, you know, will be able to tell others what those attractions are and where to go for certain things. So
one question I thought of
we
too,
all play a role.
I meant to ask you this, and I want to get this in real quick because we see ads pop up on TV. Visit the Florida Keys or go to Colorado, whatever.
Yes.
What are we doing to try to let people outside our state hear about Meridian?
We do the same thing. We have commercials that run. We have really been embarking on a robust campaign to get people here. We have a brand ad that's running. We do spotlight special events like Jimmy Rogers, state games, things like that.
Yeah.
When those times come around. So somebody in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, or Birmingham may see a commercial just like you see here.
I got
that says, "Y'all come to Meridian."
All right. Well, good
So
deal.
come on.
Well, Laura Carmichael,
Yes.
I call you executive director. Your title?
Yes.
Okay, executive director of Visit
That's it.
Meridian, the
Yes,
tourism
sir.
department for the county. Thank you for taking time with us today.
Thank you.
You will come back, won't you?
I will.
All right, sounds good. We'll take a break now, and we'll be back. I'm Roger, he's Rob, and that's Charles.
Over here.
And Laura Carmichael, thank you.
Thank you.
Charles is like, what in the bleepity bleep is this?
If
Just
you
reliving my misspent. But anyway.
If you teenager in the 70s, you may remember Jim Stafford. They had wildwood weed there, that wildwood flower there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they made me think of it this morning when they said, Rob could take a trip, not leave the farm.
Sure,
Kind of thing. So, good little song there.
Trip, what's trip?
Jim Stafford, Wildwood Weed, that was it. We remember that. We all laughed about it. It was a fun song back in the day. Driving around those big old American automobiles. Those big old, what do you call them? Muscle cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, Mornings in Meridian. We hope you're having a good day. We want you to be part of the show. 601-485-9191.
Did want to give you guys a quick update. I know we've been trying to get Mr. Dan Eubanks on the program. Of course, he's running against Roger Wicker in that Republican primary for Senate. Did hear back from Mr. Eubanks via email a few minutes ago. He said he's willing to drive in to Meridian, do the interview, or do it by phone. He said he would be available about middle part of next week, so I will try to get that arranged. And he said, what's convenient for us, we'd love to have you in studio.
Sure, that'd be
We
better.
want
yeah.
him to drive in, sit
Drive in.
right here, look at us,
And bring his
eyeball,
breakfast.
eyeball.
And brings breakfast.
Well, I was at it. I mean,
Do you want me to add that to it?
Yeah.
We're bring breakfast.
And would you mind? bringing some breakfast?
And an egg biscuit, please.
Yeah, and an egg biscuit.
So I'll try to
Yeah.
get that scheduled for Wednesday or Thursday of next week.
Very
so I'll try to
good.
get him in studio. I know a lot of folks have really been talking about him here locally, and I know he's made a couple of visits here to Meridian. But we'll try to get that hammered down, get him in middle of next week. Just want to give folks an update on that quest to get that that done.
It's all quests.
Well, I want a chance for Charles to sit there right beside him, look him straight in the eye, and say, if you need a new roof, there's one company to go to, and that's Doug Martin Jr., Doug Martin Sr. They'll help you.
They've been doing roofing right.
There you go.
Over 30 years doing roofing right. Of course, locally owned and operated, licensed in the state of Mississippi. Take pride in standing behind their work from start through cleanup. You see their signs all over town. And what do we say about that? We ain't running for coroner. No, though that race is done. But still, their signs are everywhere because people love them and they know they get a good quality roof. And just give them a call today, 601-485-5920. Doug's going to answer. And they will be happy to come to your home and give you a free estimate and inspect your roof for damage. Of course, they're a member of the Better Business Bureau because they're a better business. That's Martin Roofing. Been doing it right for over 30 years. 601-485-5920.
Mornings in Meridian. Hope you're having a good one. Invite you to be part of the show. 601-485-9191. On this day in history in 1885, the Washington Monument was dedicated in Washington, D.C. That's it, 1885, all
Okay.
555 feet of it.
Okay.
You ever been up in the Washington Monument?
I've been up there, yeah.
Yeah, I have. But Rob, you been to Washington?
No.
Oh, Rob, we got to get Rob up there.
They don't want me up there.
Of course, it was kind of interesting. Somebody looked at that nice new monument and they said, isn't that interesting how that looks like a KKK hood? The two-hole, the little windows up there.
You just got his attention. Good Lord, man.
Thinking how? Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
All right, well, I'm going to
You just making that up, or did somebody actually say that?
I'm
You're making it up.
making it
Okay,
up.
good. Yeah.
Actually, I think I probably heard somebody joking about it one time. That's why it's probably in my memory banks. And
Wow,
that's not
okay.
good. It's in my memory banks. But,
Yeah, it's about the only thing in there. All right.
I'm sorry. Well, you got the monument. You got the two little windows up there. Come on now.
His memory bank's overdrawn.
overdrawn.
So's mine. I'm with you, man. Come on now.
I think they're gonna. I hope they'll close the account.
Keep finding me. $5. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. All right.
Mornings in Meridian. We come on. Well, the only reason you folks don't like it because it's true. That's the way it is.
The Washington Monument.
Yeah, that's a great monument, though. I mean, it's known around the world. I mean, it's right there on.
It's iconic. Well, I mean, and every
iconic,
city
yeah.
has their kind of symbol, if you will, and that's certainly one of Washington's. I guess you could argue that the Lincoln Memorial is also, or the White House, as far as Washington. There's a lot of them, but That's certainly one when you see a picture of Washington.
There are a lot of obelisks around the world, so not picking on just the monument.
Obelisk or obelisk? How
Obelisk.
does one?
Well, in any other
all
part
the
of the world, it's an
Egyptians,
obelisk, but down here in the South, it's an obelisk.
Phallic symbols is what
Do they serve ice cream on the White House tours now?
chocolate chip. as a
Really?
matter of fact.
I'll go now.
Actually, I don't think you can get in there. Isn't it all fenced up now?
Yeah.
I think they
don't
still
let
do
anybody
tours,
I
don't
thought
they?
they did.
Yeah, I think you can get on a tour.
Why wouldn't let me?
As long as you're double vaxxed and double boosted and wear a mask.
Triple mask, yes.
Yeah.
And
load her up.
Vote Democrat.
Exactly. Where's your Democrat
Let's
card?
take a phone call, 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
My man
talking
on the
about
street.
Yes, sir. Y'all talking about my favorite city in the United States.
Washington.
Washington, D.C.
There you go.
Wow, we were talking about Meridian earlier. Okay.
Now, Washington, D.C. my favorite in the nation.
Now, hey, my man, for some reason your phone is kind of echoing and cutting out. Is there another function or another way you can use your phone that might sound better?
Hey, how about that? That sound better?
Hey,
Wow,
there
loud
you
and
go.
clear.
All right.
You just turned the bass on. Come on in.
All right. Yeah, I just got my third. I got my third backup on now.
All right, there you go. Got your third back up. You're prepared. I like that about
There
you.
you got.
So Washington is your favorite city.
Yeah. Well, first we'd like to send our condolences out for the family, the 11-year-old that found her in that lake.
Yeah.
Over in
just
Texas.
sad.
In Texas, yeah.
That's a tough deal.
That creep, man, he did it. When they found her backpack, the way it was strolled out through that field there, I said, it's no doubt they're gonna. I hate to say it, they're gonna find her dead, because it's just the way it was. But it's just a creep, man. It's just like, see, when we talking about public beatings and that stuff, I like to just take a guy like him and put him in my backyard up against my wall beside my dartboard and just throw some darts at him and practice on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real dirt bag, man, to harm that little baby like that, man. That's just sickness, man. And we're not going to stop that stuff until we really show some backbone against it. Now, this creep, if he make it, he'll go through there and appeal courts for 40 years. And nothing will happen to him, and this baby and the family is going to be grieving. But
Well, if there was
I
a
just
definition
really-
of swift punishment, his picture ought to be right next to it for sure. So,
it's just sad, man. But listen, Roger, what was that I had for Roger this morning, man? Well, anyway, Miss Carmichael, she's good, but I didn't get my call in because I wanted to ask her,
Yeah.
have they improved that parking up there at that Ag Center, man?
Now, what about the Ag Center?
the parking.
The parking.
Oh, the parking. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to call in, but I got in a little too late. But I mean, they're going to do something about that parking, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
I
see, that's
refuse to
more
go-
of a concern you send to the board of supervisors. Now, Ms. Carmichael's job there, and it sounds like we're trying to defend the tourism department. That's really their job. They're the PR for the area, for the county. So
Yeah.
Not facility management.
they don't get to they don't fight the crime that the one caller talked about. They don't fix the parking at the Ag Center. That's all in the hands of the board of supervisors.
Right, but I mean, by her being the tourist lady, whatever that was, I mean, she got to put a plug in, man, because that affects everything. It really do.
And that's a valid point.
Yeah.
I think that if there's a facility
Oh, yeah, she can
that
make
needs some
recommendations.
attention, then she can say, hey, wait a minute, we've got this great facility and
Sure.
the parking's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's up with the parking? I mean, they've got a big gravel lot in the back and a little bit of parking out front. But I mean, what's the complaint?
Man, when the fair come, man, you got to be all out there on 19. Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never been there for the fair, so okay.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
Well,
just not enough
one
parking.
reason that's one reason I haven't been back. I refuse.
Gotcha.
To be fighting all that.
Yeah,
and
fair
I'm
enough.
not gonna go up there at 8:00 in the morning trying to wait all day. So
Right.
yeah, that's the only way you're gonna get in there. But hey, Roger, I
Yeah.
don't know what it was, man. I started to write it down, but I got so upset and shook up about the little girl there in Texas. Man.
Yeah. That's all right. You can call back some other time. That'd be fine.
I'll call back. But anyway,
Yeah.
y'all. Oh, I know what it is, Roger. Yes, sir. after this and before this, I keep saying, people, we need to be on red alert. There should be no child in the world or the United States waiting at a bus stop by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Or walking the streets by themselves or any other anywhere.
Or being walked to the bus stop by a known sex offender.
Our sex offender, do not put your children or even your loved one in the hands of a offender of anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's be vigilant. Oh my God, it's almost like if they could have called me, I would have been out there and been an escort or something, man. We got to just be careful, people.
Well, I know they said on the Fox channel this morning, they said one of the persons commenting about this case says the father won't be charged unless they find out there was some things that if there were things happening before this and he knew about it and didn't do anything about it.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. And then I was listening to something. I mean, it's really gotten bad.
Yeah.
And one of the African countries somewhere, they are charging their wife with helping killing her husband, who was the president, so she can maybe become the president. I mean, what in the world is world coming to?
That's like a Hillary Clinton type move.
Whoa!
Right there.
Whoa!
Oh, I was thinking that. I didn't know I said it out loud.
Oh, there's a lot of other people thinking it.
Delete this from the archive there, Rob.
No, that's staying. Well, she'll delete it. So.
Don't let that get out. Right. But it's just crazy, man. I mean, yeah. So after you don't put nothing past anyone, but I just really, y'all, let's be careful, especially with our children. And
Definitely.
Don't be so nonchalant. No, in this day and time, don't let take nothing for granted. Nothing.
Yeah, you're right about that. We got to be very careful, very vigilant, as what you said.
It was vigilant, yes, sir.
Good call.
All right, well, Jim, as usual, thank y'all for the program, and thanks for all our sponsors. And I do try to support our sponsors. Planet Supply got me one of them fruit trees. I'm going down there and get me another one.
Oh man, what kind of fruit tree you planting there, my friend?
I got that. It said autumnal plum. I got a plum tree.
All right,
nice.
Well, that sounds plum good.
It's plum crazy.
Yeah, that's yes, sir. So. We supporting, okay?
Well, be sure when you go down there, tell them you heard about them fruit trees right here on our stations.
All right, and then Mr. Frazier, I need you to assign me a parking spot right there in front of
Right in front. I'll stand outside waiting for you.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a good one.
Hey,
Jimmy.
you too. Appreciate it.
I don't know. I was able to get my own omelet, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get my own parking
Get
place.
the exclusive parking spot outside of Weidman's.
right in front of Weidman's there.
The customer of the month space.
That's what we need, yeah.
Well, that kind of reminds me. They probably ought to go back and offer courses for parallel parking courtesy. Oh, yeah. Parallel parking, because the place is right in there in front. They're parallel parking, and you can do that. But what you have to do, folks, this is pretty basic to driving, is the car that's going to occupy the space has to go ahead of the space. And then, here's a little flash for you. They're going to need room to back up. So don't crowd them. Back off.
Well, and that's part of the issue. The other part of that is that people just don't know how to parallel park.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a big thing.
Not everybody, but they're it's sort of, it can be our daily entertainment is trying to watch somebody kind of park in that spot. So
Just go out there in the
there he
lobby
goes.
and watch.
He's trying. What? Nah, he shouldn't have done that.
I happen to be fairly good at parallel parking. So I go up ahead of the parking space, get parallel with the car in front. Therefore, the fact that I'm stopped and maybe with my blinker on or my flashers on should indicate to the person behind me, how about put some distance between the 2 feet or
if
2
you put
feet
the
between our
blinker
bumper?
and then your reverse lights, that's like, hey, wait a minute, I'm going back.
But then they're already 2 feet on you. They're like, hey, get out of the way there, fella. What you doing? I'm getting ready to get in that space if you just back off. So, like I said, there needs to be an instruction for people that, since we don't have driving school anymore. I mean, we don't have.
That's apparent if you drive the streets.
You don't have to take a driving test to get your license anymore. Yeah. We probably better just have some good public service classes where people can come and learn how to have parallel parking courtesy.
Billy Jack Etheridge, line 1.
Actually, he needs to come in and talk about his classes, I'm sure, in the next couple of weeks. He's got the summer classes coming up. So, anyway.
I remember the officer, the Mississippi Highway Patrolman, who was sitting beside me as I demonstrated my ability to parallel park, taking a driving test in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, back in 1975.
We got a comment here on Facebook from Michelle Joyner. She says, I parked right in front of Weidman Saturday night. Maybe it was available because so many people don't know how to parallel park.
That's probably why. Well, I've actually
That's a good point.
I've actually had to go out there and park people's car before.
Are you serious?
Well, now I worked in the French Quarter for 10 years,
Hey,
so
of
I can
course.
parallel park really like a champ.
look
I mean,
at
that's
you.
like the one
That's
good thing I'm at.
That's a heck of a service.
Which is
right
ironic
there.
because in my driver's test in New Jersey in 1986, Morristown, New Jersey, I failed the parallel parking. So, but I passed my test. It was just that one aspect of it.
You just went to New Orleans and learned how to do it right.
I had to because you got these tiny little spots, and so you want to park. You're going to figure out how. But anyway.
Just don't get too sharp an angle coming in, and as soon as that front end clears, start correcting. And
if you bump a little bit at either side, it's fine. Just nudge. You're nudging. It's a nudge.
Now you're sounding like a senior citizen.
Whatever.
driving.
It's a nudge. Oh, hey, I didn't really.
I stopped
No
looking.
dents.
I stopped looking when I back up because I can't turn my neck. I just go back until I feel something.
Well, I told you that my parents had a golf cart. My father couldn't see. My mother couldn't drive. So he would drive, and she would tell him where to go. Now that is crazy.
Now that's
Am I in the lane, honey? All you're doing.
When I removed the golf cart keys, I was like, you know what? Yeah, sorry, we lost the keys. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Oh, well.
Mornings in Meridian. I like it sometimes. the way
Zane says Charles needs to offer valet parking now at Weidman's.
I think he does.
We're just an ever so small fee.
I'm going to walk in there. Walk in there with my keys. Charles, will you park my car, please?
Just toss them.
Oh, like they are.
Mornings in Meridian. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Flowers doing real good.
Goes to all the trouble to name themselves Blue Oyster Cult. Deserves a little airtime. Mornings in Meridian, we're back. I'm Roger, he's Rob, and, of course, Charles is in the house.
Of course.
Yeah, tough situation on the roadways down in Jones County this morning. I know you just saw that story a few minutes ago. It looks like multiple people are injured, and traffic is at a standstill following a massive multi-vehicle crash down in Jones County. It happened earlier this morning along U.S. Highway 84 near the Ben Pitts Road intersection. The Jones County Sheriff's Department said around 15 to 20 vehicles were involved, including an 18-wheeler and an overturned log truck. So the ambulance service said they're reporting the incident as a mass casualty event down in Jones County this morning.
Yeah.
So, but of course that is still ongoing, and the sheriff's department is requesting drivers find alternate routes and use caution while driving through the fog. There's pretty foggy conditions south of here. So all emergency agencies from both Covington and Jones counties have been called to that scene down there. So. Thinking about those folks, man, you don't like to hear that mass casualty event going on down there. So
it's interesting. Many people, not all, they'll slow down for like a heavy rain shower, because you can't see.
Yeah.
But in fog, for some reason, they just keep driving the same speed.
Yeah.
That's ugh.
Well, no, and there is, not in their defense, but certainly patchy fog. So you're going and it's clear, and then boom, you hit that kind of
just
fog
hits you.
bank,
Yeah.
and then if it's right there, of course you can see the fog bank coming if you're paying attention, not on your phone. But it's not like a heavy rain event where you really can't see for a long extended period of time, and then people go like 5 miles an hour on the interstate with their blinkers on and the hazards.
Blinkers?
Anyway,
What is that?
The hazards. Hazard County.
Hazard County.
Yep.
Well,
Some
yeah,
good old
that's,
boys.
that's sad to hear that there's casualties down there. That's,
And it sounds like a lot of them pretty serious situation.
Yeah. Mornings in Meridian. Take it from the voice of experience. Charles says all you got to do is just pick up the phone or go online and order from Southern Business Supply right here in Marion.
That's right. All I do is go on the computer. Now, you can call Southern Business Supply. Of course, their number is 601-485-2447. But the easiest thing to do is go to southernbusinesssupply.com, point and click, and it's there the next day. You need paper. You need paper clips, staplers, or staples, or any other office supplies. Whatever you need, they've got it right there, and they'll bring it to you the next day. I mean, you can't beat that. Even that other place that starts with an A that's national, and we don't like them, they'll take 2 days. Nope, Southern Business Supply here the next day. You don't have to leave the office. You know what I do is Monday morning, I'll look at all the supplies I need. Boom, point and click. Tuesday, it's there.
You're ever
Can't beat it.
done for the week.
And I can even get some snack food because they have break room supplies as well. So I hide them. I squirrel them away in the corner of the office. No one can see them but me.
I like that.
Yeah, check them out. SouthernBusinessSupply.com. Of course, locally owned and operated. You know, if you buy local, where does your money stay?
Stays right here.
Stays right here. It doesn't go to Washington State or some other place or China. And, of course, just say no to the big box stores. Go to SouthernBusinessSupply.com.
All right, so I'm not a liar. If you'd like to have Pancake Jubilee tickets, be the first caller to call right now, 601-485-9191. And I have a pair of tickets I'll give you, 601-485-9191. And that's about it for us today.
All right.
All right. Folks, have a good day.
All right, have a good day. We'll report the winner tomorrow if somebody calls for those tickets. Have a good day. Bye, local.